Hi, this is Mr. H, and today we're going to learn how to make a multi-track recording using GarageBand on your iPad. So first, I'm going to hit the plus sign just to get a new song up. You're going to have a lot of different choices here, but we're going to use Audio Recorder. This screen comes up. You have a slider here. When you play your instrument, you'd like this to be further up. So I'm going to test this. By the way, notice I'm using headphones. So that's too loud because it goes into the red. I'm going to lower this slider. So I'll try a few different notes just to make sure. So when I play my clarinet, I want this green line to be as high as it can go without being red. Okay. The other controls here all mean different things. One thing I would mention is you can change all of these after you record. So you don't have to worry about it too much now. I would prefer that this vocal hall, which is the echo, be turned down or almost all the way off. Okay. It does give a little echo, which sounds nice, but too much of it is weird. If you go to monitor, you can hear yourself in the headphones, but to me that's a distraction, so I'm turning that off. It is a good way to make sure that what you think you're doing, that at least the sound is coming through. Before I record, I have to check my metronome settings. And I need to set my metronome for the speed that I want. You can decide how fast you want through experimentation. I know that I want to be right about here for the song that I'm going to play, so I'm going to set that. You could also use tap to set metronome, which means you can think about how fast the song's going to go and just tap it, and it will change the metronome setting. Okay. So I'm going to actually tap to. Okay, so I think we'll go with that setting. And then if I'm going to hit this gear up here for that information. That's about the only thing that you have to have set is your metronome. You kind of want this 24-bit audio resolution on. That's going to give you a better sound. And I think that's all we have to have there. We're going to click on settings and move out. And for metronome and count in, I'm going to turn that off. And what that's going to do is keep playing the metronome during my recording. So if I have a song that uses a metronome and keeps a steady beat, I'll want the metronome to be on the whole time. If I have a song that's going to slow down and speed up, I won't use the metronome, but I would want it for a count in to just get me started. So it's really important that you have a click that will start you off. There's one more setting we have to change before we start, and it is the timeline. So we need to hit this plus button up here. Right now there's only 8 measures in the song. If you don't do this, it will stop after 8 measures. So we're going to turn that on to automatic. And what that'll do is just let you record for as long as you want. So I'm going to do a duet for you. My song is going to be the spinning song. If you play piano, you probably know this one. I'm going to record I'll do 8 measures or 16 measures, something like that, just to let you hear how it goes. I'm going to hit the record button. In my headphones, I'll be able to hear the metronome. So we just did a little bit, had a little mistake in there, but I'm not going to worry about it for now. Okay, and that's it. My first track is recorded. So I can go to this part right there, which is going to show me my track, and that's my recording. If I hit the play button, I'll be able to listen to it. Now, one thing that I can tell you I know for sure happened is I was talking at the end, and it would have recorded that talking. So if I move the slider all the way to the end and hit play again, all right, and that's me talking. I want to get rid of that talking. I'm going to cut that off by selecting the track by just pressing on it, and it's going to give me, oh, maybe I have to double tap that, and it's going to give me these choices. And what I want to do is split. I want to cut this right here. Okay, so I'm going to hit split, and then it shows these scissors. I have to drag these scissors down, and now it's cut it into two parts. You can see that it's renamed this. So I want to select just that part, and again, I'm going to double click it and delete it. So now the part where I was talking is gone. Now I want to make a second track. All right, so I've done my A line in my duet, and now I want to do my B line. So I'm going to go down here to the plus sign, and I'm going to add a track, and I'm again going to use the same audio recorder. All right, and it brings that screen up. But before we do anything, let's just go back here. Notice that it's pre-selected this vocal hall, which we don't want, by the way. We're going to go back to that timeline, what we call the timeline, and now you'll see there's two tracks here. So I need to drag this slider all the way to the beginning. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this, but I'm just going to do what works. And I have to make sure this is selected. You notice that this is grayed. If I select the top track, I'm going to record over what I just did, and then I don't want that. All right, so I'm going to go to the next part. So I'm now recording onto the second track, and my metronome settings should all be the same. I'm going to hit record, the red button again, and now I'm going to play my B line. Oops. Okay, so that did not work the way I wanted it to. Not sure why, but I'm going to hit this redo button. That's the redo. And we're going to do it again. Now, let's just listen to it once together. I'm going to go back up here. And I can tell you this isn't exactly perfect. I would probably redo it. But we're just showing you how to do this and not me trying to play it perfect. So let's listen to the whole thing. Once again, you hear me talking at the end, so I would just move it and cut it. Now, there's actually another way to do this. I could select it by just tapping on it, and you notice it brings this up on the side. And if I just move that over, that's another way I can just shorten that up. So that's two ways to kind of make the ending the way you want. So that's ready to go. I can share that. Now, if I need to make another track, like say I want to do a trio or a quartet, then I just keep adding tracks to this. Just a couple tips. I should have done the B line first. So a lot of times it helps to do the lower line first and then the melody, because really melodies are played with the background. Okay, if that makes any sense to you. We don't want the background to play with the melody. We want the background to be there first, and then the melody fits on top. And that's just a way of making sure the song fits together right. So if I sound a little uneven sometimes, it's because I didn't record it properly. I should have done the B line first, then the A line. And just to point out a thing or two about what we're seeing here on the screen, what you're seeing are waveforms. All right, so it's showing you the notes that are recorded. It doesn't show you like if it's an A or a B or a C, but it does show you when the note happened. It shows you how long the note is, and it shows you how loud you're playing. Those are the things that you can tell from a waveform. So if you just kind of look, you can tell if notes are together that are supposed to be together. I can sort of draw a line. I don't know where, like, for example, obviously these notes are meant to be different, but this should be together. And you can see that that started together. And also the endings of notes should be together. And that's probably not quite as together as it could be. Now it doesn't sound that off, but I think it's interesting to note. And it's a way of sort of analyzing your performance. Okay, hopefully this helps, and good luck on your project. Of course, let me know if you have questions.